But with Kamui, the smart AI agents inside just do it all for us.
ほぼほぼ厳しいので
They work together seamlessly. But still, when you're dealing with 10 or 20 agents, it's a lot. Communication between them can sometimes fail, and that causes errors. That's why we're thinking of developing a project manager type AI to control everything. Yeah, but I think there's a deeper reason. In Japan, companies can make good money from contract development. Just by working with big legacy clients, they can become profitable and even go public.
Hi Daisuke, thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to hear your wonderful journey. Please tell us about yourself. What do you do in Tokyo?
I create Kamui. Kamui は
So Kamui is basically orchestrating a large number of AI agents.
100とか100 AI agent and orchestration っていうのをやっているっていう感じで、
Orchestration.
例えば
Yeah, for example,
どんな
what kind of stuffed animal do you like?
ね、猫のぬいぐるみで、
猫のシャム猫。
A cat.
OK
All right, so imagine you say,
シャム猫
make a Siamese cat plushie.
こんな感じで
Kamui will create a whole
言ってあげますよと。
plan for how to make that plushie come to
そ
life.
したらそのシャム猫のぬいぐるみちょっとどういう風に作って
That's
いくか
so cool.
Right?
どういう風に計画を
And since the theme is kind of cyber style, these AIs show up, like one called Claude from a lab, and another one named Rodin that does 3D generation. They collaborate and bring it all together. The voices, the cuteness, everything.
SS のやつが現れて、あ、これとかかわいいそう
The AI agents are assigned tasks automatically. So say we want to make a music video featuring a Siamese cat.
Let's set it in Shibuya, Tokyo.
そう画像動画シャム猫のミュージックビデオです夜
Exactly. Picture a Siamese cat walking through nighttime Tokyo. That's the vibe.
We're thinking of making 3 short videos like that using various AEs. We even used Luma AI to create the first images of Shibuya cat. That's Luma AI's icon, right?
Oh, yeah, it is.
From there, another AI called Cooling works together to animate the scenes. That's really amazing. Normally, if we wanted to do this ourselves, we'd have to YouTube how to use Luma first, then actually try it. But with Kamui, the smart AI agents inside just do it all for us.
まあほぼほぼ厳しいので
They work together seamlessly. But still, when you're dealing with 10 or 20 agents, it's a lot. Communication between them can sometimes fail, and that causes errors. That's why we're thinking of developing a project manager type AI to control everything, maybe even using quantum computing in the future.
Project management?
Yep.
Interesting concept.
So yeah, this AI plays the role of a project manager, coordinating all the other AIs.
Do you have a co-founder?
No, it's just me. I built Kamui completely solo and even generated sales alone until December last year. Now that it's growing, I've started forming a team through Contractor.
でチーム蘇生してるっていう感じですね
ありがとうございます。で、
Thanks earlier that caught my attention. As a founder, you said you're not planning to fundraise this year. That's really rare because most founders I know are constantly pitching investors just to keep the company running and hire people. Could you explain your reasoning?
Sure, I just feel like this isn't the best time for turning cash into value efficiently. Take DeepSeek, for example. Even when they were getting traction, they were still just a team of 3. Small teams moving fast are the trend right now. Fundraising takes time, and if you can code and do customer support yourself, it's probably better to spend that time actually talking to customers.
例えばピカラボとかだったら
Interestingly, some customers are so excited by generative AI that they treat it like an investment. They're willing to pay for it directly. So it feels like the line between investor and customer is blurring. We're entering an era where you connect directly with users instead of going through middlemen.
できますしかもカスタマーサポート
That's why I'd rather talk to users and keep building instead of spending time pitching.
でお客さんしかも面白いのが生成 AI ってワクワクするんでお客さん
Makes sense. Focus on the users you already have, deliver great value, and more will come naturally. That's your goal for this year, right?
Exactly, that's the plan.
なのでちょっと調達そのファンドレイズっていうところは、その時間あったらお客さんと話すっていう感じですかね。
じゃあまずは今いるお客様を
Why do you think Japan hasn't produced a unicorn recently?
80年代とかはハードウェアの時代でした
In
か
the
ら
hardware
トヨタだっ
era,
たり
we had companies like Toyota and Sony dominating globally. But in the software age, Japan seems to have fallen behind. People say it's because of perfectionism and the slow decision-making process of waterfall models, where approval from higher ups is needed for every step.
それは多分裏の目的っていうかもう一つ下の階層があると思うんです。
Yeah, but I think there's a deeper reason. In Japan, companies can make good money from contract development. Just by working with big legacy clients, they can become profitable and even go public.
その今までの時代を築いてきた大手の会社をクライアントお客さんにすれば
That's confounders and also good for VCs, since they can get returns. So many engineers in Japan end up becoming experts in adding features to already polished products. It nurtures a culture of perfectionism rather than speed. That's why launching a B2C startup, especially with generative AI, is really tough in Japan.
だから受託で売り上げを立てる。そうする
I'm lucky to have customers now, but most people feel like making even 10,000 yen is a huge win. People don't even consider going global from day one. The mindset just isn't there.
日本でスタートアップで SaaS で C 向けってもう本当に立ち上げるのめちゃくちゃ大変で。
なるほどですね。じゃあ逆に C 向けじゃなくて B2B で
I see. But are there any successful B2B startups in Japan?
B2B, sure. But with generative AI? Not many. Japanese users are really demanding. They want everything to be flawless. So if you sell to them, you'll spend a lot of time meeting their requests. That's why SaaS in Japan is so hard. Clients want custom everything. It spreads your team thin and makes global expansion nearly impossible. Also, pivoting is hard if you're working with big companies. And generative AI changes the world every few days. It moves fast, so being lean and flexible is key. That's why I'm still solo. It's tough, but that's the only way to survive in this space.
もう海外に行く余力なんか全然ないよみたいなそういうふうにやっぱなっちゃいますよね。
なるほどですね。わかりました。じゃあもしも
Makes total sense. If Kamui expands to North America, what do you think you'll need to be careful about?
どのようなことに気をつけたらいいっていうふうに考えていますか？
それで言うと自分はどちらか
Honestly, my strategy might pivot, but for now I want to go multilingual. My mission is to let diverse AIs and people interact and have fun inside Kamui. So I'm planning to release in multiple languages and then double down on the ones that gain traction.
働いてくれてるし多様な人たちがこのカムイの中で
Yes, I want to enter the US market, but English speakers exist everywhere, not just in the US. There are way more non-English native speakers worldwide, so I think I'll start there.
基本的に多言語で展開したいなって思ってるしちょっといろんな言語の方で展開してで刺さりがいいところをより深めていくみたいなそういう戦略を今は考えてますね。
ありがとうございます。
Final question. What's your company's milestone for this year? And what about your personal goals?
マイルストーンややりたいこと。
もうなんか同化してるんで多分なんか同じ目標な
They're kind of the same. One big goal is to hit the 1 billion yen or $10 million range in revenue. There aren't many Japanese startups doing that with B2C generative AI, especially ones going global. So I want to be that example. Once we hit real numbers, others in Japan will follow. Japan's capable of creating global companies. Look at Toyota. But people just need a push. There are already students building AI slide generators super fast.
だからなんかここをもう今までの日本はちょっとプロダクトのレベル低いよねっていう常識感じゃなくってもうフレッシュな頭で
That Japan can be a serious player again, especially with younger devs writing tons of code. That's my motivation. Prove it's possible and get others excited. Also, I want to grow the developer community more this year.
Awesome. So if someone wants to contact you, should they reach out on LinkedIn?
Actually, hit me up on X, formerly Twitter.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye bye. The three key takeaways from a conversation with Daisuke. Orchestrating AIs like a conductor. How Kamui create with 20 agents. 1. Kamui, a project manager for AIs that create art. Kamui is a tool that manages many AI agents like a conductor or project manager. For example, if you want to make a cute Siamese cat a music video set in Shibuya, Kamui tells each AI what to do. One AI creates 3D images, another animates it, another adds sound. Normally, you have to learn all these tools one by one, but Kamui makes it automatic. The founder Daisuke focuses on talking to users instead of pitching to investors because customers who love generative AI often support the product directly. 2. Why Japan struggles to create global unicorn startups. Daisuke thinks Japan has great engineers, but the culture focused too much on perfection and contract work with big clients. That makes it hard to build fast and takes risks. For example, many engineers in Japan are trained to add features to already perfect software instead of launching early and improve later. Also, few startups in Japan aim for global users. Many don't even think about going global from day one. Daisuke is changing that mindset by building a product that's multilingual from the start, hoping to reach not only English speakers but also communities around the world. 3. Daisuke's goal: build a global community of creators. Daisuke wants Kamui to be more than a product. It's a space where AI and human play and create together. His goal for this year is to reach 1 billion yen, 10 million USD in revenue, while also growing developer community. For example, in Japan, students are already building AI tools like side generators very quickly. Daisuke wants to inspire more young developers to move fast, create bold products, and shake up Japan's startup culture. He is showing that even solo founders can make a global impact, starting from Tokyo and reaching the world. Okay, thank you so much for watching our episode today. We hope today's conversation will help your future and career. If you like it, please subscribe us and give your like. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye. Ciao. またね。